Okay, today we're making something I've never made before, but I've eaten a ton in school. I ate it all the time in elementary school. They used to make it all the time. My dad's made it. My grandmother's made it. And I know a lot of people out there make it all the time. But today, I'm trying it for the first time ever. I'm making what will be my version of chili mac. First, I add my frozen vegetables. Every fall, I take a ton of my peppers and onions and celery. I'm at the end of my stock, otherwise I'd be adding broccoli, and I freeze leeks and green onions. I freeze all kinds of vegetables. And all I do is slice them and immediately freeze them. And they keep their color. And they keep their freshness. And if you're using it to fry, not to eat on a salad, it really doesn't matter if they're a little soft. Doesn't bother us any. Alright. Then I'm going to use my own home ground Zacon Fresh pork. I'm going to use pork tenderloins that I seasoned and ground into my own home ground pork. And then I'm just going to turn it on to high. Oh. I think my burner went out. My pilot light on my stove went out when I was cleaning it. We'll be back when I get my pilot light lit. Alright, pilot light lit and ready to go. Now all we do is turn it on high. Well, pilot light was lit. Okay, now that my pilot light is lit and ready to go, we just turn on the stove to high for a second so the flame starts. And then turn it back down to about 8. I never cook on any higher than 8 with a gas stove. This pan is my cast iron Dutch oven. It's enameled. I got it on sale for $30. You can't pass that up. That's an amazing price. Then, since this is extra lean pork with pretty much no fat in it, to prevent scalding and burning, I just add a dollop of oil. Ooh, it's the end of my bottle. Now, I use this in my house on a regular basis. Organic hemp seed oil. Unrefined, cold-pressed hemp seed oil. I have an autistic son, and when I don't have this in his diet, I can tell. I don't know what it is about the hemp seed oil that does it for him. I do not like the idea of my children being on medication unless it's for things like thyroid or diabetes or important stuff. But autism, I find every way I can at home to deal with it. One of the ways I deal with it is all natural food. Another way I deal with it is he's got a large quantity of hemp seed oil in his diet. So, a couple tablespoons of hemp seed oil or any kind of oil you like to use. And we're just going to brown and cook all this together nicely. Towards the end, I'll add a dollop of honey because everything's better with honey. And I'll be back to show you that. Thanks for coming along. I'll be back. Alright, now it's all nice and cooked down. All the juice is cooked out, and it's done just a wee bit of browning. It's perfect. I've turned the temperature all the way down to about 3. Now remember, cast iron keeps its heat for a really long time, so even though I turned it on 3, it will cool off quickly. Now it's time for the next part. Now, like I said, I've never made chili mac before, so you're coming along on this adventure just as much as I am. Now, when I was a kid, and what I've seen other people do is add leftover chili, but I don't have leftover chili. All I have is my chili beans. Now, this is a recipe I got from Linda's Pantry. I'll try to leave a link down below to her video of chili beans. Now, this will be my first time ever not only making chili beans, but trying my chili beans. So you're about to go on this adventure right along with me. Let's open these up and see how they are. First thing you want to listen for and check is to make sure that you still got a good seal. It's not popping up. No button. Check for any rust or ickiness. Look at your food through the jar. You should be able to see any ickies popping through, but it doesn't look like it. It looks excellent to me. So let's open it and see. Now, as you're opening it, you should hear a vacuum. That means that you had a good seal. That vacuum is what keeps the air out, keeps the freshness in, and keeps your family safe. Here we go.
Oops.
That's a good one. There we go. Oh, that was an excellent vacuum. Chili beans are perfect. Always check the smell. Color, make sure there's no ickiness.
Looks good.
Looks excellent. Thank you, Linda's Pantry, for this wonderful recipe. Alright, let's add it to our hamburger, well, our pork sausage, and keep going with our chili mac. Alright. Ooh, hot.
You're gonna make them watch you stir?
Yes. All mixed in there. Man, that smells excellent. Thank you, Linda's Pantry. I think this is going to make it awesome. Alright. Now, from what I remember about chili mac, and the key to my grandma's chili mac is to make sure that you cook the noodles right in along with all of this juicy flavor. So we'll grab our noodles. We'll be back. Alright, now we add 2 cups of noodles. I suppose you can use any kind you want, but I'm using elbow macaroni. 2 cups of elbow macaroni. And then we add the water until the noodles and the chili and the meat and everything is just barely covered. Now, I first add a little bit of water to my jar to get all that juicy flavoring out. Oh, that's almost perfect. We want it just covering the noodles. Now there's a little bit of flavor left in the jar, so let's use that. Mix it all up. Get as much of that flavor as you can. And add the water from the jar. Perfect. Just covered. Get it all good and mixed up. I haven't had chili mac since I was a teenager and my grandmother made it. So 20 years, and this is gonna look just, oh it does. It looks just like Grandma made, and it smells excellent. Thank you, Linda's Pantry, for the chili bean recipe. Now, I turned the temperature down to 2 so I wouldn't be burning stuff as I was adding ingredients. Now that I got everything mixed and added, I'll turn the temperature back up to between 6 and 8. And we slowly let it boil and cook the noodles and let it get all flavorful. We'll be back. Okay, now this is a tomato product. So it gets really hot, really fast. So I turn the temperature down to between 4 and 6. And ended up adding a little bit more water. So altogether, I added about 3.5 cups of water. Just needs a few more minutes. The noodles are almost done. This looks excellent. We'll be back when it's all done. Okay, it's all done. The noodles are soft. And you see that gentle skin starting to form in the middle? That means it's done. We turn it off. And we let it sit for a few minutes. Then we'll have chili mac. Or, well, my version of chili mac. We'll be back. Alright, all done. All cooled off. All ready to go. My first attempt at chili mac. And the first time I've had chili mac in 20 years. Thank you, Linda's Pantry, for the chili bean recipe. It was wonderful. Look at that. Meat, beans, beautiful chili beans. Orange peppers. Ooh, yummy, yummy. Everything looks so good. My daughter's standing over it wanting to dig in.
Fork or spoon?
Whichever you want.
Mine.
It's easy to do. And you can do it yourself. And remember, people, stay positive.
Bye.
Bye.